snitch. I rent a room at the Ritz. I sip a fifth of the whiz. I smoke a dub in the tub.
What's up, everyone? It has been a while since I put any content out there. Been really busy as of late, but I promise you guys that I have some stuff coming soon. So let's get this YouTube channel vibing again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ACS Universe podcast presented by the ACS Universe. This is going to be kind of short. All right. Shorter than my normal podcast run times anyway. I've been really busy at work and stuff like that, and I hadn't really been able to, get in here and speak to you guys, man. What few fans I do have who actually subscribe to my channel and like watch my content, listen to my content. But yeah, so, just my thoughts on a couple things that have happened recently. And I'm going to start it off with probably like the biggest, I guess, the Robert Pattinson Batman stuff. Look, first off, I haven't even seen like an official, if there is an official Warner Brothers like announcement that Pattinson is indeed going to be Batman, somebody post it in the comments. Let me see it. I have seen some where they say it's confirmed, but whatever it is. Look, here's my feelings on it. First of all, I haven't seen as much backlash as I saw when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, right? And so that's a good sign. Second off, I have seen some. People haven't learned it all. And I'm just going to say that, like, over the years, when it comes to these comic book / superhero films, there are castings that are made that fans of the source material do not agree with. I've always come by, let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens before I throw some judgment out there. And I've kept that for a while now. And even when Ben Affleck was cast as Bruce Wayne Batman, I was like, okay, let's see. I mean, his acting has gotten better since his early time acting. So let's see. Let's just see. And so that turned out to be fucking spectacular. Heath Ledger turned out to be fucking spectacular. Michael Keaton turned out to be fucking spectacular. And me personally, we didn't get enough of Jared Leto's Joker to even make a judgment on. So if you make a judgment on it, dude, you just making shit up because you just got the smallest sample size of him in certain situations that they put him in Suicide Squad. So there's no way you can make a judgment on him as Joker. So Robert Pattinson come out and people are talking, oh, I'm really no longer interested in this. Like, really? Have you not learned to wait and see? Have you not learned? Because time and time again, an actor or actress gets chosen, cast for a role in a superhero / comic book film, and they blow that shit out of the fucking water. It's happened so many times now, I can't even believe people just have an inkling of a doubt. Just wait and see. If it turns out to be bad, then it turns out to be bad. Now, me personally, I have never seen Robert Pattinson in anything other than the first Twilight movie. That's the only Twilight movie I've seen was the first one. I've seen clips of him in other movies. It looks like his acting is great. People say he's a great actor. That's fine. And I personally believe he is one because I've seen so much like critical acclaim for him that I got to say, like, dude's probably a great actor. And I'm sure he'll jump in the gym. You know what I'm saying? He'll get with some kick-ass, movie trainer, dudes who trains people for like making movies, and he'll jump in the fucking gym. He'll throw on some weight. He'll get bigger, cut up. And yeah, so, I have no problem with it. Zero problem with it at all. So yeah, Robert Pattinson is the new Batman, I think. All right. So, next up, man, I finally, after a couple weeks, was able to see John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. First off, John Wick is like a great action franchise anyway. The first two films, like, you have great action franchises. Mission Impossible, you know what I'm saying? The first three, Die Hards. It's on that level. Because they put that much effort into it. The first one, I'm a Keanu Reeves fan because like The Matrix is way up there with me in movies, and plus other movies he's done, Bill and Ted's and shit like that. But when John Wick was announced, I saw the trailer. I said, man, that looks pretty good. But I didn't make the effort to go see it in movie theaters, right? So I caught a download of it and watched it, and I'm like, this shit is fucking amazing. Like, and then I proceeded to watch it I don't know how many more times after that. So when John Wick Chapter 2 came out, of course I went to the theater and saw it. Loved it. Not as good as the first one. Loved it. And so at the end, he's like, hey, John, I got to excommunicate you, man, because you killed somebody on the fucking hotel grounds. He's like, I got you 60 minutes. You got 1 hour, man. John Wick's like, they'll come, he's like, they'll come for you. And John Wick's like, yeah, and I'll kill them all. And boy, does he fucking kill them all. Matter of fact, spoilers before I get into any details. I forgot to announce that before I even started talking about it. But this one might be the best one. I mean, the first one stood taller than the second one, in my opinion, in my eyes. But this one was so fucking good, man. I mean, John Wick breaks a dude's neck with a fucking book. First dude that tries to kill him, and he doesn't even wait till the deadline that they give him till the whole 60 minutes is up. And he gets worked. Like, worked. John Wick breaks his jaw with the book and then breaks his fucking neck with the book. Like, and that's just that right there, the whole beginning setup. And I like the way these movies also, they're within minutes of each other, basically. I know the first one is supposed to take place 12 hours after, or the second one was taking place 12 hours after the first one or something like that. And then this one is like immediately after. It opens raining in the city, and John Wick's running. He's got his fucking trusty dog with him. And it just goes off after that. Dude, John Wick is fucking dudes up on motorcycles while he rides horseback through the city. Like, I'm telling you, this shit is action on another fucking level. I mean, just grand. I can't even. Halle Berry's in it. That's right. Big ups to Halle Berry. She went and trained for this. She's in a small portion of the film, but oh my goodness, this is a scene where they have, like, they're in, what's the name of that fucking movie? Casablanca. They're in Casablanca and they need to get out of there alive. And I swear to God, they have like 100 people coming after him. And all they have is handguns, like 9mm and shit. Him and Halle Berry has these two dogs, man. Ferocious motherfuckers. And she calls to him and says shit to him, and they take dudes out. It is so fucking badass. Man, oh man, I can't wait to see it again. And so she has the two dogs. They're taking dudes, and they're murking. Just traditional John Wick gun fu, where they're just headshots, body shots. It's just, everything is so precise. Flipping dudes over like they do, kind of, the wrestling moves that they like to do in these movies. It is one of the greatest action scenes, and it's long. It's a really long action scene. Him and Halle Berry just murking motherfuckers, right? I really wish we could have got some more of her in this movie. Like I said, spoilers, there's going to be a fourth one. I'll get to that shit in a second. But yeah, I mean, the knife and sword fighting in this film is off the fucking charts. And it's all choreographed, right? Sometimes you can tell because, when somebody goes to throw a punch, the other person reacts just a tad early, but I don't give a fuck. It looks so great. You know what I'm saying? And like John Wick has the best stamina. Good gracious. Keanu Reeves, man, kudos to you. You're getting older, and I almost feel like you could still be doing shit like this in like 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is, oh my goodness. It is everything in this movie. And look, there are people talking about the body counts. Like, I can't even get on that. I don't know what the official thing is or what people who are tracking it. I heard it on Lebatard the other day. It said something like 175 or some shit like that. Like, dudes die. People get straight fucking murked in this movie. Nothing new, because that's what happened in John Wick movies. But this one was on another level of it. And so, that scene, the dude who plays Bronn of the Blackwater on Game of Thrones, he plays this dude and he fucking shoots Halle Berry's dog. And you all know in these movies what happens when you fuck with somebody's dog, right? Dude, she goes fucking ham. That opens up that scene where they're in Casablanca and they're just straight murking motherfuckers, headshots, body shots, dogs, tearing the junk off of dudes. Like, it is amazing. It is epic, and it's up there in action franchise. And another thing, when I talk about these action franchises, this one is special too because it has like sort of a mythology to it, right? The first one, when you find out about the hotel, there's no killing on hotel grounds, no business, and so these gold coins and all of this shit, the people he calls to clean up his house in the first movie, the police officer that knocks on his door and he's like, "You going back to work? You working again, John?" And it's just, it has a certain mythology that makes it even better than it already is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just like a mindless action movie. It's like there's some shit behind it. There's rules. There's laws in this shit. And when you break the laws, you have the consequences. Consequences is a big theme in this third one. I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen any of the John Wick movies, man, well, I can't see any way. If you're an action movie junkie, I can't see any way that you haven't seen any of these movies, because they're just fucking, they're top-notch action. If I'm gonna list them in order, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum is number 1. Number 2 is John Wick, and then number 3 is Chapter 2. There's gonna be a fourth one because at the end, you know, Lawrence Fishburne's in this one again too. His character gets fucked with, and that, like, the people who are above all of the assassins, you know, they're doing some grimy shit. Lawrence Fishburne, I thought he was dead. He shows up at the end, still survived. You know what I'm saying? Him and John about to team up, and it looks like, oh, John Wick falls off a fucking building in this movie. He still survives. It's a movie. He's got to have some broken ribs and all that shit. He looks like he popped blood vessels in his eye too at the end. But I don't know how long they're going to wait between the third one and the fourth one. I mean, obviously you can't wait fucking 2 hours. John Wick just fell off a fucking building, right? So we'll see how long they wait. I think the movie's slated for a 2021 release date. I can't fucking remember, but I'm looking forward to that shit. John Wick, one of the great action franchises that I've had the privilege of watching. Yeah, John Wick Chapter 3. That shit is tight. It's nice. It's tight. It's raw. You get a chance, go see that shit. All right. Today marks the 2-year anniversary of Wonder Woman. I remember this is basically my birthday weekend again. My birthday's tomorrow, but I remember on my birthday weekend when the movie came out, I went and saw it like 3 times that weekend. And it's such a special movie because, I mean, if you know me, if you watch me, if you listen to me, my dude, my favorite superhero comic book character is Superman. Always been and probably always will. And a very, very close second is Batman for obvious fucking reasons. Wonder Woman's that third one. And so I got the Trinity at the top, right? Sometimes over the years I've put Spider-Man in there in my top 3, but pretty much it's Wonder Woman. She's either 3 or 4. By far my favorite female superhero, comic book hero, whatever you fucking want to call them. Yeah, I remember going to see this movie, and obviously, man, earlier today, I hadn't watched it in probably about a month, but earlier today, I watched a couple of times the No Man's Land scene, my favorite scene out of the entire fucking film. And I remember, you know, after I watched it, my initial review of it was to, you know, drop it in at a like 5 out of 5 comic book covers, which is how I rank movies. And after watching it, you know, a year or two had passed, I dropped it down to a 4.5 out of 5 just because the final battle with Ares just doesn't click with me like it did the first time I saw it. Some of the stuff looks kind of funny, you know, the CGI and all of that shit. But overall, the movie is still spectacular. So yeah, I just want to shout out Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, Gal Gadot. Just thank you guys. I know y'all got the new movie coming next year, or is it? No, it's this year. It's in November. Okay, new movie coming this year. I can't wait for it. And I had to shout y'all out because 2 years ago we were given a gift, the first female-led superhero film, and they did not disappoint. Great action, loyal, honor, wisdom, wonder. I love that shit about it. Also, I want to talk a little bit about this Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I want to go. From the shit I've seen online and all of that stuff, it looks fucking amazing. So I'm looking forward to, I don't know when I'll get to go because that shit's booked up. You know, maybe in a couple years, maybe 2 years from right now, I'll be experiencing fucking Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I'm going to try my damnedest to get there. Look, I fucks with Collider. I like to watch their stuff, right? But I know you guys have seen Christian Harloff, who's part of one of the bigger shows on Collider. It's the Star Wars show that they have on there, and it's really big with Star Wars fans. It's a pretty big show. It's on YouTube. They get on here and talk almost like a podcast, except with video, and they talk about Star Wars shit. Cool. I watched him go on a rant this morning because they didn't get invited, which is kind of fucked up considering how large they are in the Star Wars community. But him saying, I busted my ass to be a Star Wars fan the past 5 years. Really, dude? Like, see, I don't have to bust my ass to be a Star Wars fan. Like, I legit just love Star Wars. It's not hard for me. It's not like I'm getting in here sweating and goddamn, clocking in 8 hours a day to love Star Wars, to be a Star Wars fan. I fucking love Star Wars effortlessly. So yeah, I'm not with that. I can understand him being pissed off, but whatever, dude. You pretty much living a life, right? Like what I do right now, I would like to get to that level at some point, and you're getting to do that. And for me to see you like legitimately complaining, kind of doesn't sit well. Anyway, guys, I told you it'd be a pretty short podcast. I'm trying to put some more content out for y'all. I hate like not getting on here and dropping some shit at least once a week, but hey, shit is what it is. Long work week, a lot of hours put in lately. Should lessen up, should free me up some more to do some stuff. Another thing with a podcast, it's kind of hard to like, what can I talk about? Like I can get up here and talk about some fucking nonsense, but in the future, I am going to be getting up here talking about like old shit, talking about the 80s, talking about Back to the Future, talking about just shit that I love in general. You might see me get on this podcast and just straight up talk about a singular issue of a comic book character, like for 30 minutes, right? So those are some of the things I got in the process. Those are some of the things I got in the works. But I thank you guys for listening. ACS Universe podcast out.